What is going on, guys? I am S6W1 here, George, the coach of the San Francisco Arcaniners, here to bring you my Season 6 Week 1 match of the GBA against the Milwaukee Sawsbucks, or Battler X. Now, if you want to see my team and how I built it and everything, I do have a team build video up. That'll be in the description below. You can just click on the link down there. But without further ado, let's get right on into the battle. So, he decided to bring the Mega Pinsir, the Heliolisk, the Mienshao, the Sandslash, the Golbat, and the Hoopa. Immediately, I'm just thinking, you know what? Nothing really wants to take on my lead Infernape, which has a Code Berry, especially if he wants to lead with the Pinsir. So, I'm just going to lead off with my Infernape. I do have Stealth Rocks on this set, so I can try to get up my rocks. Now, he did bring a Defogger and a Rapid Spinner, so one or the other has to have Defog, has to have Rapid Spin. But anyway, he ends up just going into the Hoopa turn 1. Now, immediately I'm thinking, if this Hoopa attacks me, it's dead. If he attacks me and does not double switch out, he's dead. And I go into my Spiritomb. Immediately, this is my counter. So he goes for Hyperspace Hole. Doesn't affect me. He tries to withdraw, and I Pursuit Trap him immediately. So turn 2, Hoopa gets Pursuit Trapped, and it's just out for the count. So that was a very good first 2 turns for me. I didn't expect it to go that way at all. But that's a huge threat out of the way. Now he goes into Sandslash right here, and I know he's gonna get up his rocks or just go for a knockoff or an Earthquake. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go for the burn. I can wear down his wall. It doesn't have reliable recovery, and just overall a burn Sandslash is pretty much a useless Sandslash, as it can't take any hits and it can't deal any damage. So right here, I'm gonna decide to switch out. I'm just gonna go into my Fortress, the Iron Nut right here, because I don't want to have my item knocked off on my Spiritomb, mainly because my Spiritomb can wall the vast majority of his team. So take the knockoff on my Fortress. I do not have Rapid Spin on my Fortress, so that is unfortunate. But I'm thinking right here, he's not going to stay in. He has no reason to stay in at all. He's just taking burn. So I'm going to Volt Switch out right here. And he actually ends up going out into his Pinsir, and immediately I just go, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I have the Code Berry on my Infernape. If he wants to switch out, he would go into Golbat, and if he goes into Golbat, I have a safe switch into my Magneton. I can go into my Latias. I can go into a whole bunch of different things. So I decide I can take a few more rock switch-ins before the Quick Attack will actually kill me. So he decides to stay in, not expect the Code Berry, but he actually said that as soon as he clicked the move, it just hit him in the back of his head like, Code Berry, what am I doing? And turn 5 or whatever this turn is, I take down the Mega Pinsir as well from a Blaze Boosted Flamethrower. So already the 2 biggest offensive threats to my team are taken down the exact ways I want them to be taken down. So overall, season's going great so far, guys. Anyway, here he's just gonna go out into the Mienshao. I don't want to take a Choice Scarf High Jump Kick, and I'm just thinking, you know what? I don't want to get knockoff in case I switch. I'm not physically defensive on my Spiritomb. I could go into Fortress, but I decide just to take the Fake Out. It's fine. I get to see this Life Orb. The Infernape wasn't going to do much anymore anyway. I just tried to set up my rocks there. Maybe I outsped, maybe I didn't, who knows. I go into Captain, though, and I'm just like, you know what? I am in a wonderful position. I have no reason to over-predict going for T-Bolt or anything like that when it might not kill this thing. I'm going to go for Sludge Wave, which can do a shit ton of damage to me, and shall probably Oko it. And even if the Golbat wants to come out on a Sludge Wave, which it does, I get to see what kind of set it is. And judging from the damage, I'm feeling it's more of a physically defensive set, just because I know that's Eviolite and not very effective. And I go for T-Bolt, and it does a decent amount. It does about half, and he goes for the Whirlwind. So now I know immediately that I can't set up on this thing with my Latias. I can try to, but I would have to catch him on a turn where he doesn't go for Whirlwind when he goes for Roost. So that's my plan right now, because if I set up a Calm Mind with my Latias, it's game over from here. It is 100% game over from here, because Mienshao does not outspeed. The Heliolisk could be Choice Scarf, but if I get a Calm Mind up, it's not doing a lot of damage. So right here, I'm trying to force him into going for Defog, into going for Roost, into going for some other moves that are not Whirlwind. And I see right here that I go first, so I'm like, well, now he's going for the Whirlwind because I went first. I'm a Fortress, and I decide, you know what? Magneton hasn't been in yet. It really doesn't care to take the rocks damage. It's not going to be doing much else except for Volt Switch around, but he does have the Sandslash still, so I can't really click Volt Switch, but I can at the same time. He whirlwinds me out into my Spiritomb, and right here I can burn this thing. I can burn the Ryback. I don't care. He just goes for a Roost, which is fine with me. I'm gonna go for Will-O-Wisp, and I'm gonna burn the Eviolite user, and Spiritomb is just really doing a lot of work in this game. Just not offensive work, but defensively. He's really putting a lot of pressure on Battler X's team in Milwaukee Sawsbucks, and right now he doesn't know how he can kill this thing. He doesn't know I'm especially defensive yet, but he's going to realize that if he tries to go for a move with the Heliolisk and he's not choice specs or something like that, it's not going to be doing a lot of damage to me no matter what. But I'm going to make a switch out right here into my Magneton again. I know he's going to whirlwind me out. Whirlwinds me out into Latias, and right here, I should have gone for the Calm Mind right here. This was a misplay on my part. I should have gone for Calm Mind right here, and I didn't think about any offensive move he would have because all I've seen is defensive, defensive, defense. This thing has just been trying to stall me out. So I go for Psyshock, and I'm like, he's probably just going to whirlwind me out again. That's all he's been doing. I do a lot of damage, but then he goes for the Super Fang right here, and now I'm thinking, shit. Well, it's okay because I outspeed the Mienshao, and I go for Calm Mind. I can still survive a Heliolisk's hit as well as I have the Recover. So I bring him down to low, and all I can think is, I'm going to Calm Mind right here. I'm going to go for it. He hasn't seen it. He has no reason to think he has to whirlwind me out. He's probably going to try to go for Roost or the Super Fang again. And what actually ends up happening is, well, he decides to whirlwind me out. And I am just playing so poorly around this Golbat. This thing should have been dead a while ago, but I'm going to be dragged out into my Spiritomb right here. And I'm just like, shit. Now he can Roost up, and now we're dealing with this whole thing again. So I'm like, this is going to end right now. I don't care anymore. This is going to end. I'm not dealing with this Golbat anymore. So I'm gonna hard switch out right into my Latias, and I'm just gonna fire off a Psyshock, and I'm gonna kill this thing. I'm still at a good amount of HP. I can still tank a hit if I have to. If the Heliolisk is choice specs, I outspeed it. If it's the choice scarf set, I can survive any hit. So I'm still not too worried at all. But I get my leftovers, and I'm just about at half. So I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, this is fine. I don't have to Roost. I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to go for the kill. And I go for Psyshock, and I'm going to take out the Golbat with the Psyshock from this range. So Ryback, the most annoying Golbat I've ever faced in my life, is finally dead. Probably should have killed it a while ago, but hindsight 2020, right? Anyways, right here, he decides to go out into Mienshao, and I could have stayed in. I could have taken the fake out, but I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to survive the Heliolisk's hit if it comes in after this, so I'm just going to go for the switch out into my Spoop, because I know I can take a fake out with this thing because I'm a Ghost type, obviously, as well as I can get off a burn on it, and yeah, so he's going to go for the fake out like I expected. He didn't know what kind of set I was. He saw that I was a bulky set, because I didn't do that much damage to the Golbat, but he doesn't know I'm a speedy set yet. So I am max HP, max speed, so I can outspeed the Heliolisk and the Mienshao. He's gonna U-turn out right here, and that does a lot of damage to me. And I'm like, oh my, I did not expect that much damage to my Spiritomb from a U-turn, and that kind of concerns me. So I'm like, tried to Will-O-Wisp him. I was hoping he might go out into Heliolisk, expecting like a Shadow Ball or something, just anything along those lines. Not the case, and my leftovers are going to bring me nice and over half now, so that's good for me. Still looking good. Still not looking like I could lose this game at this point. I am up 5-2-3 right now, and it's a Burn Sandslash, and I outspeed his last two mons with a Latias. So let's see what happens. I go for Foul Play, and I'm able to do a lot of damage to the Sandslash, and he's not doing anything to me with knockoff. So it turns out I don't think he has the Earthquake, because he'd be going for Earthquake if he did in fact have it. But he's just going for repeated knockoffs right here, doing about 14 damage to me every single time. Going for Foul Play, and I believe after this Foul Play it's going to bring him in burn range, which it does, and the burn is just going to take out the Sandslash. So Spiritomb 1v1 the Sandslash. It killed the Hoopa, it crippled the Golbat, and Heliolisk and the Mienshao have a problem killing him now. So overall, really happy with how the Spiritomb is working out. This set really worked out well in this battle. So he's going to go into Heliolisk, and all I can think is, you know what, if he's not choice specs or he's not a Life Orb, I can live a Volt Switch. If he wants to go for T-Bolt, then he locks himself into T-Bolt, and I survive, and I click Pain Split. And he's going to go down to Mienshao, and this Pain Split is going to be great. Because I'm going to get back so much health. Go for Pain Split. Get back up to relatively half. And I know right here he's just going to U-turn out. That's the most obvious play in the world. So he does just do that. It drops me down to 17 health. But it actually clicks Pain Split again. So he's going to go into Heliolisk now. And that's not even going to do anything for him. So all that's going to happen is I'm going to get back all my health. And then I can survive another hit. He has Regenerator on the Mienshao, but not on the Heliolisk, so Heliolisk is just going to be taking all this damage. Pain Split going to bring me back up. Not a lot of HP from that thing, but it's enough. It's enough to where I can survive another Volt Switch, and I'm expecting him to go for Volt Switch. So I go into Nidoqueen expecting a Choice Scarf for Volt Switch to come out. In fact, he makes a very good play, just little last-ditch play he made here, going for Surf. I don't believe a Surf would have killed my Spiritomb, and my Nidoqueen goes down for no reason. So that was all in all a risky play that I didn't have to take, but I took it anyway just so I could get in my Nidoqueen and finish up the game with that. Go into Little Red though, and this is going to be the game. I know I outspeed. If he outspeeds me, then he's locked into Surf. So I am 100% safe just going into this and going for Roost, Calm Minding. He ends up going for the Hyper Voice, which means he's not Choiced, he's not Life Orb, Expert Belt maybe, Chople Berry, I don't know, maybe the Shuka Berry, but at this point, I can go for a Calm Mind, and now it's the game. He can't come back from this. There's no possible way unless he crits me with the Hyper Voice, and then somehow I don't recover up, and he crits me with the Fake Out, and then he somehow outspeeds me with Max Speed Mienshao, Max Speed Latias. I don't know. But that, I'm not going to go for a Recover anymore. I don't need to. I really don't need to. I just go for Psyshock, and I'm going to take out the Heliolisk with one Psyshock, and then I'm going to take out the Mienshao with a Psyshock after he goes for the Fake Out, trying to get a Super Crit on me. So guys, that is going to be the end of my Week 1 match of the Season 6 of the GBA. San Francisco Arcaniners now 1-0. We're starting up much better than we did last season, where last season we were 0-1 after 1, but then we went on a 7-game win streak. So let's see if we can go on an 8-game win streak this time and just keep up the Arcaniners Nation. Just keep the momentum alive. Let's push for the playoffs, guys. But guys, that is going to be the end of the battle. So GG to Battle RX. It was a good game. A few misplays on your part, yeah. I completely understand why you'd be upset over your Hoopa play, as well as on the Mega Pinsir play, but that's the game. You just learn from your mistakes, and you'll get better in the league. But anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. So if you did in fact enjoy, I'd really appreciate if you did comment, like, rate, or subscribe. If you subscribe, it's really nice. I'll be uploading my regular stuff over the week now, so that is that. But anyways, guys, I am S6W1 or George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, and peace out, guys.